So in this video, I'm about to give you 3 evidence-based hacks to help you be more consistent. Now, at the end of the day, being consistent is all about maintaining the best habits. That's why all the tips I'm about to share with you in this video came from this book, Atomic Habits. Now, if you like the tips I share and you decide you want to get a copy of it, I do have it linked in the description. But the very first thing you need to do in order to become more consistent with anything is to simply master the basics. Now, a lot of people overlook this step, and you might not necessarily understand how mastering the basics can help you be more consistent. But the reason this is important is because a lot of people try to skip straight to the advanced things without mastering the basics. And then once you can't do the advanced things, you quit. For a prime example, let's think about somebody that's just getting started going to the gym and lifting weights. Now, if that was you when you just walk into the gym and you try to start slapping all the heaviest weight up on the bar, you trying to do all these exercises and you haven't mastered the fundamentals, what's going to happen is you're going to eventually end up hurting yourself. Or even if you don't get hurt, you ain't gonna be making all the best gains that you could make if you took some time to learn how to do the movement first. Learn how to put the right amount of tension on the muscle so that you can get the best gains possible. You see what I'm saying? But if you slow down a little bit and just take some time to find out how to do it right, now you can perform a lot better over a long period of time. And it's easy to stay consistent because you will notice the gains that you're making. And another important tip for that is lighten the load at first, man. Don't try to walk in and be Superman and take on the whole world at one time and you don't even know how to do the basics. Just take it one step at a time, right? If you at the gym, put a little bit of weight on the bar first and practice doing the right form. Then once you got the right form, now load the extra weight on. But that same lesson applies to anything in life, and I promise you, if you take some time in the beginning to master the fundamentals of whatever it is that you're trying to do, you'll have way much more longevity and you'll be able to do it for a way longer period of time. Listen, it's a quote in this book, Atomic Habits, and it says, "Habits create the foundation for mastery. In chess, it is only after the basic movements of the pieces have become automatic that a player can focus on the next level of the game." When you know the simple movements so well that you can perform them without thinking, you are free to pay attention to more advanced details. In this way, habits are the backbone of any pursuit of excellence. And I promise you, when you know that you can do the basics easily and you know that you can have more advanced skills, it's so much easier to continue showing up. But with that being said, don't think it's sweet though, because where a lot of people mess up is you practice the basics and they become easy to you, and then you start to move on autopilot as if you can't do no wrong. And that's why the second thing that you need to do to be more consistent is just learn when to step back and take some time to reflect. So what happens is when you start to move on autopilot, you might be doing something incorrectly. So let's go back to this example of being in the gym. Let's say you don't take time to master the basics and you just walk in and start doing whatever. You might get some kind of gains, but down the line, what you're going to realize is you're not progressing the way that you think you should be. And that's because you're doing the movements wrong. You see what I'm saying? And not only are you doing them wrong, but you constantly making the same mistake over and over and over and over again. And that's why it get hard to be consistent, because you showing up so much and you're not getting the results. Over time, you just feel like it ain't working, and so you stop. But when you take time to step back and reflect on the results that you're getting from the work you're putting in, you can start to see where you're going wrong and understand where you need to make corrections going forward. And just that little simple habit right there can make it easy for you to keep going. Now, with that being said, the third thing that you need to start doing in order to be more consistent is just learn how to track your progress. I promise you, tracking your progress makes everything so much more worth it, especially if this is a long-term goal that you're focusing on, like going in the gym, for example. You ain't gonna notice the changes in your body right away. And whatever it is that you're doing, when you don't get these results that you want immediately, it makes it harder for you to stay consistent. But when you track your progress, all that progress you make starts to be little mini rewards that you get along the journey. You see what I'm saying? And on top of that, when you can see the progress that you're making, it makes it so much easier to keep going, because now you don't want to lose your progress. You see what I'm saying? And so when you track your progress, you get to a certain point where it don't even become about the external reward no more. Whatever you're doing this for, it's not even about that. It's just about the satisfaction that you get internally from seeing that you are making improvements on this thing that you've been working up on, that you've been consistently working on. You see what I'm saying? Right? You took time to master the basics. You've been doing the basics over and over and over. You taking time to reflect. You constantly getting better. And then you write down and track the progress that you're making. Now you can visually see how much better you get. You remember where you was at when you first started, and then you see where you are now. and you realize I'm really doing this, at that point it becomes very hard not to stay consistent. And if you do these 3 tips that I'm giving you, I promise you, you're more likely to be successful at whatever it is that you're trying to do, because it will be easy to be consistent. Now, like I said, all the tips that I just gave you in this video came directly from this book called Atomic Habits. Now, I do have an affiliate link in the description, so if you click on that link and buy the book, I'll get a little small commission. It don't cost no extra for you. The price of the book is the price of the book. But if you want to learn more about these tips and also get a lot of the other gems in this book, I highly recommend you get you a copy. And listen, you don't have to read the whole book if you don't want to. It's so many gems in here. If you just flip through, find some stuff that you like and focus on applying them to your life, I promise you, you're going to be so much more consistent at whatever it is that you're doing, because you're building the habits. You see what I'm saying? But with that being said, hey, if you like this video, then subscribe to my channel, because I make a lot of videos like this to help you become the best version of yourself. Also, if you like this video, don't forget to like this video, and then I'm going to put another video right here for you to watch next. And other than that, man, hey, I'll holler at y'all next time. Peace.